Welcome to the macro webinar. I have so much to teach you in such a little time, so let's dive in. So, you are probably wondering what the heck are macros. Macros means big, so it stands for macronutrients, which is the protein, fat, and carbs that you eat in a daily basis. So, some people track their calories. This is going more in depth, making sure that you get that balanced lifestyle, that that balanced meal, and that you're able to enjoy a cookie or a slice of pizza here and there. So that is why macros work so well, because it gets you aware of what you're already eating and how you can do better. So many people think that they need to cut their carbs, but they don't realize they're not getting enough protein and enough fat in their diets to help regulate hormones, to help digestion, to help, just bodily function. Food is energy. So just think of, when you think of like calories, think of energy. It's not, oh, this is going to make me fat. This is going to provide my body with the energy that I need so I can go throughout my day doing whatever I need to do. Maybe that's be a mom. Maybe that's a full-time employee. Maybe that's both. Maybe you're a student. Like, you need food to proper function and to think and to just go about your day. So, enough rambling about that. I could go on 4 days about nutrition, so please, if you do have any questions, leave them in the drop box below. Shoot me an email. You should already have my email, kcfitcakes@gmail.com. Unfortunately, this was not able to be a live webinar. I'm just testing it out, see how things go. If you would like me to do a live webinar, let me know too, and I can set something up. So let's hop into how to figure out your macros. So when figuring out your macros, I want you to download the free app, MyFitnessPal. It's on your phone, and then you are going to track everything you eat for an entire week. So if it's soda or ice cream all day long, just put it into this app. It's super easy. You just scan a barcode and it tracks it all in there. It will break down everything too, so it will tell you how many calories you're eating, how many protein, fat, and carbs. Ignore the recommendation it gives you. Online calculators that track your macros for you, or like calculate them for you, are so off, and I'm going to get into that more when I explain my calculation. So ignore the numbers that they give you and just track exactly what you're eating for a week. After you do that, you are going to calculate all of the calories that you consumed in those 7 days and find the average. So if you're eating 7 days straight, add up all of the calories every day and then divide by 7 to find your maintenance calories. That will be the average calories. So what maintenance calories means is that right now, that is the calorie range that you're able to consume every day without making any changes. So you're not losing any weight, you're not gaining any weight. That is a maintenance. So if you ate that number, say your average is 1,300 calories. So if you eat 1,300 calories every day, you know that nothing's going to change. So then you'll either have to, if you want to gain weight, if you want to gain muscle, you'll want to be in a surplus, which means you're going to want to eat more than 1,300 calories a day in order to gain that muscle and gain weight. If you are looking to drop weight, then you know that you need to eat less than 1,300 calories every day in order to make some change. So that makes sense. Drop a yes, it makes sense in the comment box. Now I'm going to show you how to calculate your macros based on your lifestyle. Many online calculators are hard because they are just giving you a generic number. They're just asking for a couple things like your height, your age, and your activity level, and that's like about it. And then it pops out this number of calories that you should be consuming in order to reach your weight loss goal. But what they're not doing is taking into consideration your lifestyle, what you're already eating. So that's why I have you calculate or track your maintenance calories for a whole week, because I use that for my clients. I base their macros and their goal off of what they're already consuming. So online calculators are okay for a baseline, but I just highly suggest doing your own work. I'm showing you how to do it here, or hiring a coach if it's just too confusing for you. So I'm going to show you everything based off of a little like avatar I've created. So here we have a female. She's 24 years old. She's 5'3". She weighs 140 pounds right now. And she desperately wants to weigh 130. She just wants to knock off these last 10 pounds, but she doesn't understand why she's not losing any weight. So I had her track her maintenance calories for a whole entire week, tracking exactly what she's consuming, and I see that her average daily calories is 1,200, but she's not getting like any protein in her diet because she's busy and she's, you know, always on the go, so she's going through fast food. But she thinks that she's, you know, not eating a lot, so she thinks, and she's working out, so she's like, well, I should be losing weight, right? But what you're eating is processed gunk that has no nutritional value and very little protein. So, maintenance calories at 1,200. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate her BMR here. So your BMR is your basal metabolic rate, which means the amount of calories that your body is burning. Even when you're just sleeping all day, if you're on the couch all day, if you're literally doing nothing all day, your body is still functioning, still burning calories. So you should be eating that many calories. That is like the borderline in order to function properly. Then what I'm going to show you, so first we'll just start with this. So what we're going to do is 10 times your weight in pounds is going to be converted to kilograms. So I had already 140 right here. I just Googled 140 pounds converted to kilograms. And then it's going to be 63. So 10 times 63 plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters. So I took the 5'3", and that's 160 centimeters. So times 160 minus 5 times the age, your age, so 24 minus 161. So here says 1,300 is just the BMR. So that's how many calories your body is burning. That's how many calories that you should be consuming to function properly. So if you're feeling tired, fatigued, sick all the time, you know, just dragging your feet, and you're looking at this number saying, wow, that's a lot of calories, I definitely don't consume that much, that is your problem. You need to be eating more, girlfriend. So what we're going to do is BMR equals, we'll say 1,300. Now again, that is just what you're burning and should be consuming when you're doing nothing. So obviously if you're exercising or if you're on your feet all day at work, you are burning more calories than 1,300. So what we're going to do is times it by 1.4. There are a couple different numbers to times this by, but for the majority of you, probably wanting to lose weight, probably beginners, you're not, you know, doing CrossFit twice a day, every day, and you're not couch potatoes. So we're going to times 1,300 by 1.4, and this brings us to 1,800. So if you are working out, you know, at least 3 to 4 times a week, and you're on your feet at work, you need to be eating this many calories right here. But now here's the problem. This is what the online calculators will spit out at you. They just all of a sudden take all of this and say, all right, there you go, eat 1,800 calories and you're going to reach your goal. But if your goal is weight loss and you are eating 1,200 calories a day and not, remember, maintenance calories means nothing is happening, what do you think is going to happen if all of a sudden you start eating 600 more calories per day? Drop it in the box below if you know the answer. That's right. You're going to start gaining weight because you're jumping up way too fast. 600 extra calories in a day, that's a lot, unless you just drink a lot of Starbucks, like Frappuccinos. That can add up fast. What we're going to do is take the 1,200 calories, and I'm looking at all of her food. Remember, and I'm seeing that she's eating junk food kind of stuff. So I'm just going to start her up with a good plan at 1,200 calories. We're going to start feeding in more protein and then kind of slowly go from there. That's pretty much what I do with my clients. That's why all of my coaching is at least, a month-to-month basis, 3 months, because I'm not just going to be like, here's your meal plan, have fun, good luck. Like, I'm going to make this a lifestyle for you. So we're going to take those 1,200 calories, and I'm going to show you now how to break that into your macros. First, since this is kind of a unique situation, for you, if you got, this number, 1,800 here. Sorry, I get so sidetracked when I talk about nutrition. If you want to lose weight, you're going to have to be in a deficit. So a deficit means that you are eating less calories than you are burning. So if you need to eat 1,800 in order to function properly, you need to be eating 200 to 500 less in order to lose weight. So let's say 500. Now 1,800 minus 500 would be 1,300 calories per day is what you should be consuming. So if your maintenance calories came out to be something higher, like 1,400, 1,500, then you could drop down to 1,300 because you already built yourself a good base and you're trying to, lose those pounds. That is a good number. But again, if you are, say, my little avatar here, she's only eating 1,200 calories. Still, so what happens when you are eating, and this happens so much, so I'm just going to explain this for you. If you are eating 1,200 calories and you're not losing weight, that is bad, because now, in order to lose weight, right, we have to cut calories, but there's nowhere to go. Are you really going to eat 800 calories a day? No, because that is really bad for your body, and you're going to be starving, and you're not going to get any nutritional value that you need. So my job as a coach is to put your health first and then your weight loss goals. So if you're eating 1,200 calories, I'm going to bump up your calories, but we're going to put you on a reverse diet. And actually, so many people start to lose weight even while they're increasing their calories. I know it sounds crazy, but we're doing it in a way where I'm looking at your protein, making sure you're getting healthy foods and not just junk food. So it's not an excuse to eat ice cream because you have to eat more calories, So, I get sidetracked again. So if you are at a healthy spot, if you're, again, eating the 1,400, 1,500 calories, then you can go down to the 1,300. You can, cut calories because you're already at a good foundation. If you are too low, if you're in the 1,200, even 1,300 range right now, I would start to increase your calories. So I'm just going to show you how to break down your protein, fat, and carbs, and I'm going to explain some more for you. I hope you guys are still there. If you have any questions, drop them down in the box. Of course, I know this is a lot to absorb, and I try to break it down into chunks that are easy to digest for you, but I understand that you're not a macro professional, so let me know if you have any questions. So what we're going to do is we'll take her, let's say I'm going to bump her up to 1,300 calories a day since she's already at that 1,200. So we're going to go 1,300 calories a day, and now we need to break those down into your macros. So your protein, carbs, and fat. So protein has 4 calories per gram. So we'll say times 4. So does carbs. Carbs has 4 calories per gram. And fat has 9 calories per gram. So we need to break these down into grams out of these calories. So everybody's macros are completely different. I can't just say, oh, it's this percentage, or, because I take it off of your lifestyle. But I'm just going to kind of show you where you can kind of, move them around and see what works best for you. So protein, if she's 24 and she weighs 140 pounds and she wants to weigh 130, they always say to times 140 your weight by 0.8. So that gives us 112 calories. Now, that's pretty good for her. I'm going to start her off at 115 because she's not eating, like I said, she's eating junk food, not eating any protein. So going from like maybe 40 grams of protein a day to 115 is a lot. So if you get, you know, obviously the more you weigh, the more protein you're going to have to consume. So if you get like 150 grams or something, cut it down to something that is doable for you. Even if it's 100, I've even put clients at like 90 grams of protein to start with, and it's like so low, but I want them to reach their goal instead we get discouraged every day, and I don't want them to all of a sudden sit there and eat, you know, chicken all day long because they need to reach their goal, right? So 115 grams, which we now times that by 4, because remember there's 4 calories per gram. So 115 times 4 is now 460 calories. So out of the 1300, we have 460 calories now coming from protein. Now, fat, you never want to go below 40 grams of fat. That is just the, you know, the recommended dietary allowance or whatever. 40 grams of fat, we'll just start off with that, and then we can always play around with that number. But since fat is 9 calories per gram, that's going to be a lot of our calories. So 360 right there goes to fat. Now, what I do is I add up these numbers. So 360 plus 460 is 820. So in order to find how many carbs we're going to consume per day, we're going to go to our calories, 1300 minus the protein and fat that we just got, which is 820. So that leaves us with 480 calories left to go towards carbs. Now all I'm going to do is, because it's 4 calories per gram, is I'm going to divide this by 4, and that's going to tell us how many carbs per day, how many grams. So it's 120 grams of carbs. So those are our macros right there. Eventually, we want the carbs to be up higher and the protein to be up. Well, we want all of this to be up higher, obviously, but we're just going to slowly work that way. So this is a pretty good macro range right here. So 115 grams of protein, 120 grams of carbs, and 40 grams of fat. I like the carbs to be higher than protein, but I really don't want to drop down any lower on the protein. So that is what she's going to be eating per day, 1,300 calories broken down there. And then as that starts to get easy, because a lot of people don't have time or aren't hungry enough to eat a lot of food. So as this gets easy for her and she's like, all right, I'm starting to feel a little hungry now, because your body adapts to it, your metabolism starts to, you know, speed up and increase, then I'm going to bump her up to 1,400 calories. And then we're going to wiggle around with these, because I'm going to add in, you know, 100 more calories so we can kind of feed to more carbs or protein, seeing how her body is doing with it. Nutrition is like a trial and error process. Everybody's body functions completely different. So that's why you need to track everything in MyFitnessPal or in something that, you know, you can easily see, and track how you're feeling too. Like if at the end of the day you hit your macros and you're still hungry, like obviously something needs to change. So in a sum, that is how you track your macros. I really hope that was helpful for you and it wasn't too much of me just like mumbling. If you have any questions, please drop them down below in the drop box. But I know this can be just really confusing, and I know you're probably already so busy. So I did want to offer you a special gift, a done-for-you nutrition plan. So if you don't want to take the time to do this, then I can do it for you. I can have everything laid out for you on top of a meal plan with recipes that's going to fit those macros every day, so you do not have to think about anything. I even throw in like the quickest, easiest meal prep ideas. If you're like, okay, cool, I have all these recipes, but how the heck am I supposed to meal prep it in just 2 hours for the whole entire week? I got you, girl. I do this for a living. I do it for myself. I've helped hundreds of women like that are super busy, stay-at-home moms, you know, 80-hour weeks, like you name it, I've helped them, and I know I can help you too. So in a month of nutrition coaching, it's usually $150. I'm offering it to you for just $80. That is about half off, and it's a whole entire month. So we're going to take you through first your first week that won't be added to your month. So I always do, the maintenance calories. That will be the first week that we're not really working together, but you know, we are. So you're going to track everything you're eating for the first entire week, and then after that your month starts, because then I'm going to create your nutrition plan based off of all of the things that you just gave me. We're going to hop on the phone, do a quick intake, see what foods you like, what foods you don't like, create your plan, create a grocery list for you, and then you have my phone number for support. So many of my clients will be like at the grocery store and shoot me a picture like, hey, is this okay? Can I buy this? Like, what about that kind of thing? So I'm here for you entirely. Like, if you have any questions, you know, within the month, you can shoot me a message anytime. Yeah, and then you have full access to the Nutrition Vault. So the Nutrition Vault has videos like you just saw that are explaining how to use MyFitnessPal, how to order at restaurants, how to deal with bloating, so many other resources, and you have lifetime access to that. So if you are interested, please go to the link below, get your special gift, get your nutrition plan just in time for spring.